Okay, welcome to the Updates podcast. My name is Mark Ordonez, and together with me today, we have Jello, Jamo, Rovi, and then also Miles. In today's episode, we'll be discussing the closing campaign of our UP men's volleyball team and women's volleyball team, and also we'll be discussing a little bit about the start of preparation of our men's basketball team as they go ahead and compete in the inaugural and Asia Basket Tournament that we are joining. Hindi na pala inaugural to, no? Dahil participate na rin yung ibang teams last season. We went ahead and played the Ateneo Blue Eagles in the Blue Eagle Gym last Sunday as well. So all of these happened this particular Sunday. So we'll go ahead and discuss them. So just jump right in. In the volleyball campaign that we had this season 88. Unfortunately, we didn't get into the Final Four. Our men's volleyball team got 8th place. Unfortunately, that result also of 8th place only happened this week as surging was the UE men's volleyball team and then also the Adamson's men's volleyball team. So 6th place pa tayo, I think, sometime last week. And then because of the wins of the UE men's volleyball team and the Adamson men's volleyball team, bigla tayo dumados sa 8th place. And unfortunately, the result that we had also yesterday against the UST Growling Tigers did not help us because we lost also in straight sets. So graduating this particular season are players like Angela Lipat, who also played for us in the beach volleyball tournament, Clarence Santiago, and then also Jelay Lagando. So I wish all of those 3 players the best as well as they continue obviously on their ACADS and academic requirements for UP. And hopefully makuha din natin obviously ang ating diploma in the coming semesters. Yesterday as well, we had some of our UP alumni also come in and then also welcome them to the Beyond after participating and also playing for the UP men's volleyball team. So congratulations at least to the Final Four cast that we do have for the men's volleyball team. And for the UP men's volleyball team, come back stronger and hopefully also pagdasal na lang din natin obviously that the program continues to be developing and growing. Immediately after the result that we have for the men's volleyball tournament, we also were highly anticipating the last games of some of our super seniors, the likes of Joan Monares, Ira Haboneta, and then also Nina Itang. Actually, one of the key things that I can go ahead and comment about this UP women's volleyball team is that despite us falling short of the Final Four result, despite us only getting 6th place, grabe ang community support na meron tayo. If you go ahead and watch their games, especially these last few ones, grabe ang parang K-pop concert. May makakuha ka, papasok ka, may mag-aabot ng stickers, ng keychains, ng banners. So para talagang community event siya. Everybody was embracing. And nagugulat din yung mga players natin kasi inaabangan sila sa bus, inaabangan sila sa pag-uwi din despite being losing. So sabi nga in one of the key quotes that I saw, parang being passionate and being a true fan is that staying around, sticking by the team, despite the result that we do have. And that's something that we can say proudly about the UP community, especially about this UP women's volleyball team. Quite sad, obviously, that we didn't get the result. We played very, very competitive, especially on those 4 sets. We really got a good momentum in the first set, but unfortunately, I think in the end, it was the consistency that really did us in. For the next season, I'm hoping, obviously, that better support and preparation will be focused on the team. Also, maybe, a little bit of recruitment given that we are indeed losing some of our key senior team members. But this was still a great effort and showing for the team. And all I can say is thank you again to our super seniors for both the men's volleyball team and the women's volleyball team. Nina Itang will be a legend. I think we've always produced great middle blockers like Nina Itang, for example, in the past seasons, because I think this is supposed to be, I think, given the results, I think with the FEU game that will happen this Wednesday, potentially Nina Itang will get her 4th best, second best middle blocker nod din and tip for UAAP. Pero depende na lang yun sa result sa El Arena, with FEU when FEU plays Ateneo the Ateneo Blue Eagles this Wednesday. So all the best to our seniors, and I think some of them have already declared themselves for the PBL draft. I think Ira, and then also Nina also declared themselves already for that draft. So hopefully they get into the pros. Hopefully Nina Intang also gets the call for Alas Pilipinas
Yeah.
team because she really deserves it as well. So yon, it has been a great season and hoping for a better season next season as well. Any questions ba, Jello? May mga pasundot ka ba dyan?
No, I was just thinking na, so you mentioned that three seniors from the men's team and three seniors from the women's team have graduated, have spent their final playing days with UP. In terms of recruiting, Mark, what do you think should we look for in terms of skill set?
Yeah.
With thinking na, of course, replacement kung hindi man nakapag-ano ng second stringers, replacement ng mga seniors natin, or to beef up the team in general?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Jello. I think for the past few seasons, it's the consistency that has been a challenge. Yes, I do agree that kailangan natin ng base talent. Talent that has good basics. For the women's team, for example, getting recruits from the NU program like Kian Olango, for Bien Basil, for example, were really, really strong. They're also multi-awarded in the juniors. They have strong basics. But then, they are just two players. Much like basketball, volleyball is a team sport. So they really need to gel well together and they be able to play their roles. During the course of the season, some of them needed to change their roles. Kian Olango, for example, is more of an opposite player. Hindi siya masyado nagre-receive, hindi siya masyado nag-defend usually sa floor defense. But then she needed to transition to becoming an OH role because of the injury of one of our key OH or spiker in Casigo Dongallo. So those are things that they needed to do in adjustments. And in practice and in training, we all need to be prepared for that. So similar also to the men's team, kailangan din natin mag-inject ng a little bit of talent. We need to attract them at base so that meron tayong core that kahit papano, di ba, has very, very good basics. And I think kailangan natin ng mga terminating wingers also na kaya pumatay ng bola kasi ang lalakas na rin pumalo sa men's game. Diyos ko, masyado nang mahaba ang 3 or 4 rallies talaga. Kailangan meron kang player na kaya pumatay. Height is might. Kaya na sinabi nila. I did hear before, for example, one of the coaches in UST, si Kung Fu Reyes, who already passed the torch to Coach in UST. LaSalle program is a very, very strong program because they tend to develop their players. Hindi man sila, for example, from high school, talagang top key players, but they really focus on a number of things. One of them is height, di ba? Their opposite player, Shivana Lapot, for example, just learned also some of the key skills in order for her to perform in LaSalle when she was already in LaSalle. But you can really see the height there, Sabi nga nila, nung naglaban ng UST at saka LaSalle in the finals, diba? UST has very talented players, but they're not as tall. LaSalle, on their core, has very, very tall players. Sabi nila, pag umabot nyo ng 5 sets, di ba? Yes, pareho kayong talented. Pero ang pagod na tayo, lahat. Ang difference, sila matangkad pa rin. Di ba? So meaning, pagod na tayo lahat, palo ng palo. Pero pag mag-block lang sila, tatayuan lang nila yung palo nyo. Block kayo agad, di ba? So those are some of the key things na kailangan din natin ma-recruit. Height is might at certain times. And then also key talent, so that we can overcome that height. Kasi yun yung some of the challenges that we did see, coming into this season as well. That some of the other programs talaga nagpalakas din sila. And kailangan meron din tayong consistency when it comes to development of players. And then consistency also in making sure that they all gel together in the off-season. But that's a very good question, Del. Sana makita one of the things that I'm happy about is that napapakita natin in the spaces, in X, in Facebook, kung gaano natin kamahal ang mga players natin. Sana mag-translate to as a worthy reason why UP will become a destination for players as well.
Mm-hmm. So mag-recruit ng matangkad at may talent, yun na yung perfect combo.
Correct.
Yeah, you can't teach, right?
Totoo yan. Totoo yan.
Diba?
So there's a premium. There's a premium there, no? Okay. So after the women's volleyball team last game that happened in Mall of Asia, some of those that watched the game decided to run immediately to the Blue Eagle gym. Dahil dire-diretsong aksyon ng UP Fighting Maroons. For the opening game of the UP men's basketball for their off-season tournament, they played in the Asia Basket Tournament, And this is against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. So you can just imagine the anticipation the madness around it, no? So the Asia Basket tournament um started
Debut
already,
game.
ahead of, yeah, I started already, for the group that we do have. And coming into this game itself, the Ateneo Blue Eagles is 2-0 for the group, and huli na tayong kakalabanin nila. So meron silang konting confidence, and this will be our first game. But despite that, we led for most of the game, I think, in the third quarter, and then they chipped a little bit our lead. But still, we were able to pull in the win, no, at 91 to 88. Player of the game, Ray Remogat, and key performance as well with from Gani Stevens, no? So some of us watched it online, some of us was there specifically. I'd like to get your thoughts. Miles, ano ang mga key takeaways natin from this game?
Yes. First of all, at the outset, I think, because this is not our only sample size for UP seeing action in the preseason, no? We've seen UP play in other tournaments, although I think there's enough basis to also say na compared to the pocket tournaments we played sa ano no sa probinsya and the scrimmages we have na naririnig natin na nilalaro nila in VTC and in other places. Ito yung una, I guess, na medyo mas seryoso yung dating na tournament, no? Like, this is the beginning of the true preseason talaga. Kumbaga yung mga pocket tournaments, medyo off-season pa yan. Ito talagang preseason na. Makikita mo, they're already trying to build the team up, no, towards the final product na makikita natin in season 89. Now, the standout for me is Ray Remogat. And this is now truly, I think, Ray Remogat's team. We've seen glimpses of this last season. But I think with the Maroon 5 gone, no, yung guard positions talaga, kita-kita man na in the pecking order, it's Ray Remogat's team na. And yung production niya, hindi yan nalalayo doon sa production niya when he was a UE Red Warrior. So he scored 22 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He had 6 turnovers, but that's okay. Usage heavy player din naman kasi si Remogat. But I think what really matters are the percentages. So I had this hot take before, no, because some people were saying na when Remo got transferred to UP, he will have lesser production kasi nga in UE nasa kanya palagi ang bola. He will have lesser usage in a team with more talent, which is UP. But I argued back then na UP will only make him a more efficient player, but he's still the same player, no. He just doesn't have to own the ball all the time na he will be trapped into a corner, and it showed na ilabas niya pa rin yung usual production niya like he was when he was with UE as a Mythical 5 member. Pero makita mo yung percentage niya. 57% field goal percentage. That's really high for a point guard, no? From 3-point territory, he scored 4 3-pointers for a very, very good 44% clip. Now, we don't expect Rimogat to have a 40% plus 3-point percentage, but for him to be able to breach this percentage early on, it's a really good sign for us. The next, and UE fans will be really hurt by this, the other one who really stood out in this game was Gani Stevens. Gani Stevens made Deontay Miles unplayable. I don't know if this is by design. I don't know if Miles only played for 13 minutes because Gani Stevens was the hot hand and he was really having the game of his life, at least as far as off-season games go, no? With 16 points and 11 rebounds. Pero for me, it's more of the eye test than the numbers for me. He looks like he has more spring in his step. Like he looks like he's in the best shape of his collegiate career. He attempted that put-back dunk. In one play, he had the botched put-back dunk. And then he's soared high for 2 blocks, no? There was this one really impressive block na tumalon talaga siya really high to block the ball and he was still able to save it, no? Hindi napunta sa labas ng playing court. Now, a really explosive Gani Stevens will pose a problem to other teams kasi malapad na nga siya. But when you make him more of an athlete, he will really pose a lot of problems. Magiging matchup nightmare to. Divine Adili actually was decent in that game, no? He even outplayed even Miles in a few possessions. But when it was Gani Stevens guarding him, hirap na hirap talaga si Divine Adili kay Gani Stevens. And then, of course, the other performer that we have to give a shout out to, James Payosing, quality minutes, 19 minutes, scored 9 points, 1 out of 1 sa tres. An improvement from his off-season tournament showing, no? Nakita natin doon sa pocket tournaments in Agusan and Zamboanga na he was struggling with his 3-point shot. But in this game, he only attempted one. He made it count. Mas maganda yung shot selection niya. And he played like a total veteran. Mamang-mama talaga siya. He was giving Kiefer Alas the business, no? He was tasked to guard Kiefer Alas when it wasn't Jacob Baila guarding him. And
Yeah.
he was up to the task. He scored crucial clutch baskets in the fourth when Ateneo was chipping away at our lead. No, they came scarily close, but it was James Payosing who had one of the players who had nerves of steel to close the game in favor of us. And my hope is that James Payosing stays with us for more than a year. But because seriously, with the way he's playing, he looks like a total pro. He's not the flashiest player out there. He doesn't stand out in terms of stats. I
Low-key lang,
think
no?
Remogat, Pre, and Baila and Stevens yung talagang stat monsters will be our stat monsters. But yes, I agree with you, Jamo. Low-key veteran talaga tong si Payosing. He plays very much like a veteran, physically and mentally. And then just before I turn over, no, just a few more shout outs. Jacob Baila all around performance with 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Si VJ Pre, he only scored 3 points, but he made the points that count kasi his only field goal of the game was the clutch basket against Jared
Yeah.
Bahay. He was able to get an offensive rebound, and then he did a fadeaway on the post, which is really impressive kasi we haven't seen someone perform a fadeaway on the post since Carl Tamayo, actually. We haven't had a player of that caliber na may shooting touch sa poste, no? Not just a power player, but someone who can perform finesse moves, no? Like a turnaround fadeaway. VJ Pre showed it in one move, and he can do it. He can do it in more games, no, in the season. So that's it from the UP side. Very quickly for the Ateneo side, they look like they will improve. Ateneo is scary. I think that they've built their shooters. This is still a high risk, high reward setup for Ateneo, in my opinion. I'm not sure if White Tab Baldwin has decided to go a bit more modern and do more 3-point shots than just go with a more deliberate system to get the best available shot, no. Mas mabilis yung possessions na Ateneo, notably, and that's part of the reason why this was a high scoring game. The score was 91-88. It's really high scoring by Philippine collegiate standards. So ang taas ng percentage nila. They had a very high clip from 3-point range, no. I think they had 43% from
Yeah.
deep with a high volume, 32 attempts. That's more than double our attempts. We only had 15 attempts. We also shot in the 40s range, no, as a team. We had 46%. So both teams were shooting really well from the outside, but Ateneo had more volume. So yung sa atin, average lang 15, that's decent. Ateneo had a really, really high 3-point shot attempt, which is 32. Now, it also speaks to us, no, that we were able to weather the storm because Ateneo was really shooting well in yesterday's game, and they were playing their home court. They had the Blue Bubble band, the Blue Bubble Battalion in there. Rinig sila sa broadcast. I was watching from the broadcast, no, and on replay. You could hear them. You can tell they have the home court advantage. They were shooting well. Alam mo, kabisado nila yung ring in their own court, but we were able to handle the storm, no, when they tried to make a really good run in the fourth. They were scoring well. Even Espinosa was scoring. Although he botched that basket, thankfully. There was one person commented, di ko na lang sasabihin ko sino, in one group chat na some of our UP players didn't play, but thankfully Espinosa played, no? But yeah, going back to Ateneo, they really improved their 3-point shooting as a team. Medyo nakakatakot sila. Just a caveat though, it's a high risk, high reward setup. And if both teams went to the usual UAAP team average na nasa 30% outside shooting, no? Then both, kasi pareho tayo nasa 40%. Both of us were shooting really well. The only difference was that they were shooting double the 3-point shot attempts that we were shooting. But if you retain the same amount of shot attempts from deep, pero ibaba mo pareho to 30%, and we did the math, no? the UP lead would be somewhere around 12 points. So that's how much the shooting percentage, the outlier shooting percentage contributed to the close final score, which was 91-88. But in my opinion, this was a bigger win than the final score suggests for me. So yan, a really good start for UP, and also an impressive off-season so far, impressive preseason so far for Ateneo, and exciting. Mukhang magiging exciting ulit ang battles of Katipunan, but just happy that we won this battle in Katipunan. We own Katipunan for now. Ayun.
Salamat, Miles. And kamusta naman ang fan experience, Rob, yung ating Ronda reporter live from the BEG, na nandun siya. Kamusta ang fan
Kita sila
experience?
sa background eh.
Oo nga eh.
Oh, seatmate
Sa
ka ni
baseline.
Robby, seatmate.
Makapunta kami ni na Jello and the other uptakes team na wala dito. Shout out sa mga sa uptakes team. So kasi we were accustomed sa watching games sa MOA or sa Araneta Coliseum na walang home court advantage, and thankfully
Home court natin yung MOA eh.
Ang lapit na home court. And fortunately, yung Asia Basket gave this opportunity na there would be more teams that would that would field yung mga games sa kanya-kanyang turf. So somehow merong home court advantage, and it gives flavor to the league itself, compared to with all due respect sa UAAP, pero kasi minsan we also want to see yung teams natin within our turf. So ito yung experience sa Blue Eagle Gym, electrifying talaga kasi it's near our universities, and kudos sa nagpa-renovate ng Blue Eagle Gym. Bigyan na natin ng flowers. Talagang bugang aircon, tapos maayos yung mga upuan. Good for the fan experience. Kasi
parang yun, Robby, di ba?
Talaga, di ba, Jello? So
20,000 pesos per seat ang, I think, don't quote me on that, pero parang 20,000 per seat ang donation.
Wow.
Para makabuo nung ma-renovate yung BEG.
Yung siguro yung sa presyo na lang din ng ticket, semi-worth it, I guess. At least kahit pa paano, hindi
magkano ba yung ticket?
Comfort 300.
300.
Comfortable naman ng experience para mapanood yung
Ilan seater yun?
Ayun, tulad na nasabi na ni Miles, yung mapapansin mo na yung todo bigay yung Blue Eagle, Blue Bubble Battalion, 'di ba? Kahit wala tayong pep squad, although nasa MOA sila, pero ayun, kitang-kita naman na nagsisway yung home court advantage in favor of the Ateneo Blue Eagles at that time. Tapos, ano pa ba, Jello? So,
hindi, pero gaya ng cheer natin, hindi magpapahuli, hindi nagpahuli. Yung UP community sa pag-cheer, promise may isang shout out to that UP tita na may dalang laro ang tambol. Kasi yun yung pinagtatambol niya for our cheer. Ganyan. And there were, I think, two instances wherein nabuo yung universidad cheer from no lead at all. Kung nandun lang sa mga nagsimula din dun sa audience, sa mga titos at titas na nandun. So, at first, ako, Robby, to be honest, at first, feeling ko, ang awkward. Kasi hindi mo alam kung saan ka entrada ng energy. Kasi lopsided eh. Kasi nandun na yung Blue Bubble, tapos yung UP crowd, walang support. So, but eventually, when the games are, heating up, when the games are getting physical, ganyan, at may mga controversial na natawag. So, it feels like home again, I mean, when I said home, it means being in the game. Feels at home again. So, yun. Teka lang ano ko lang to, may mga tinisa sa likod namin, sigaw ng sigaw, na tuwing hawak ni No yung bola na, hoy, Remogat, matanda ka na, ganyan-ganyan. 2004 po pinanganak si Noy, September 15. Si Ian Espinosa nyo, 2003. So, mag-fact check muna kayo bago kayo magsisigaw na matanda na yung player namin.
Robbie,
Yun
what to say? Ano sabihin mo, Robbie?
Anyway, syempre, yun lang yung taste of Blue Eagle Gym, no? There are other venues din ng Asia Basket. The first we experienced, kasama ko si Miles tsaka si Jamo, yung San Beda Gym. So okay naman. For me, okay naman. Mainit lang. Pero kasi yun yung flavor ng San Beda eh. If you go to
Mainit yung flavor.
I've worked before in Manila and I'm sure merong distinct flavor, taste na pagpunta ka ng Manila.
Taste?
Ayan, yan, it's a good experience to go to Manila, no. Pero ako lang kasi naranasan
and
ko na rin ng
spicy.
heat training, no. Nakakaano talaga yan, nakaka-affect yan ng performance. And napanood din namin ni na Miles, no, nung Ateneo versus Lyceum, di ba? Nag-aaway, nagkakainitan na ng ulo yung mga player. I think factor din ang environment when it comes to performance. So I guess okay lang din yun kasi pantay din naman yung pantay yung experience. Both teams are experiencing na medyo mainit. Pero okay din yun kasi you have to adapt to the environment where you're in. Yun siguro yung home court advantage ng Beda. Kaya nanalo sila against Lasal. So anyway, maliban doon, yung next na na magiging venue, UPVTC. We're looking forward to those
Na
games.
aircon naman, to be fair. Aircon naman eh.
Yes. Public service
Wala na.
announcement.
Nalait na ni Rovi ang San
Kasi-
Beda pag tayo nag-deliver.
Di lang natin alam kung how they will arrange it knowing na yung size of the varsity training center, sigurado jam-packed yan and maybe they'll add some monoblock chairs or if not baka standing room only.
I
Pero
know, may
that will
breaking
be
news.
part
May
of
nakuha
the-
akong balita. Ang sabi daw nila, magkakaroon daw ng scotch tape, may X lang daw sa sahig, tapos raise your one arm, hiwa-hiwalay ng ganyan, and then upo.
Oh my
Ganun daw. Yun lang ang 300 pesos nyo.
Siguro
Okay lang,
naman
wala
for
naman
a
si
paying
ano eh.
audience, they will try to
Wala naman
make
si
it as
Monoblock
comfortable
Guy
as possible, di ba?
Right.
And then not to forget, maliban sa tatlong venue na nabanggit na natin so far, the next games will also be held at Perpetual Health Gym and then sa San Benildo gym, tsaka sa Enrique Razon Sports
Sa Razon.
Complex.
Lasal.
And then babalik din sa Blue Eagle Gym. So
The finals na yun.
We're looking forward to those games. And thank you to Asia Basket for giving yung audience a taste of home court na hindi natin usually na nararanasan sa main league that is or NCAA.
Okay, so after that first game that we had, official first game ng UP men's basketball team against Ateneo Blue Eagles, potential rival for season 89 Ano yung mga questions? Ano yung mga things na pinag-iisipan natin di ba? Jello, may mga katanungan ka pa sa panel natin.
Bago yung tanong ko, yun lang observation ko, grabe yung athleticism ni Payosing. As in, grabe. Pag rumaraga sana siya, parang no one dares to humabol o harangan siya. Shout out din sa ating other bigs, VJ Pre, kay Choi Palangka, at saka yon kasi nakakapahinga si Miles,
Archie.
saka syempre yung grabe yung Dikachi
Gani.
din, tapos grabe din kasi yung hustle ni Gani. Grabe pag yung lakas ni Gani halata ngayon eh. Ang question ko, sabi mo Miles, 'di ba, yung natin, yung main man natin at sa pecking order sa point guard, talagang number one na si Noy. How do you compare him to other point guards in the better performing schools? Yung mga top, yung pumasok sa Final Four last this season.
Well, if we're strictly comparing to the Final Four, no, this preseason, yung last season, definitely he stacks up well, no. In the point guards who played doon sa four teams who made the Final Four last season, no, season 88. Dalawa lang sa kanila ang nagkaroon ng Mythical 5 award ever in the UAAP season. That was Remogat and Fortsky Padrigao, who played for UST. No? He won the award as a player for Ateneo noong season 85. Now, between the two of them, it's only Remogat who really had a good run for the MVP, no, until the last one or two games. He was statistically still within reach of beating Kevin Kiambao for the MVP, no? Like, siya talaga yung naging serious competition ni Kiambao in season 86. So, knowing that Remogat is capable of that, and then also using the eye test, he's still one of the best, no? If not the best. We have right now, kasi wala na si Steve Nash Enriquez for NU eh. The best competition right now for me, if you ask me, would be Cortez of LaSalle, and siguro si Bahay of Ateneo would come up. And then of course the MVP Pasaol. We cannot forget the MVP, no, si Pasaol of FEU. He was the MVP last season. Unfortunately, FEU did not make the Final Four, but they almost made the Final Four. Remogat stacks up well. Nakita natin in the game yesterday, he really acquitted himself well against Bahay. Talagang nahirapan sila to contain Remogat. No? He was at his best when they had to defend him on the outside. Ang daming nalilibre sa loob. He was playmaking with his gravity. So he really stacks up well. Siguro if you compare it with someone like Cortez, maybe Cortez is the one who's better at getting free throw attempts, getting inside, penetrating, scoring a difficult basket inside. Pero in terms of affecting the whole court with your gravity, just by you being there, si Remo Gata talaga yun, because you cannot leave him alone even from 4-point range. Kung meron ng 4-point range in the UAAP, no, yung katulad doon sa PBA, if leave him alone from 27 feet away from the court,
Di mo
from the
pwedeng
ring,
tulugan.
di mo pwedeng tulugan, titirahan
Oo.
ka niya. That's why teams try to all sorts of tricks, no? Babantayan siya ng matangkad na player. It says a lot doon sa talent niya. So Remogat will definitely carry this team. We sincerely believe in his ability to be the main guy for this team kasi I think it looks like from what we've been seeing so far, no, when the chips are down and we really need someone to carry the team. Mukhang si Remogat is up to the task.
Right. Ako to, Jamo, sa'yo ko ibabato yung tanong, pero naririnig ko kasi, sabi ng mga titos and titas, akala ko ba, mas talented tayo kaysa sa Ateneo, bakit 3 points lang yung lamang? Siyempre may mga gano'n na parang akala daw blowout game, ganyan. So, anong thoughts mo doon?
Well, there's more to the game of basketball than just talent. There's coaching tactics. Obviously, Tab Baldwin is still a formidable tactician. Andyan din yung execution. The team who executes yung tinuturo nung coach most definitely will win, 'di ba? Tapos ayan, and meron ding konting luck whether on our team side or on the other team side, 'di ba? Meron ding mga ganong factor. So hindi lang siya basta sa talent eh. Yeah.
So maraming variables.
That's basically it. Yeah.
At bigay na
kayo
natin,
naman, tigi-tigisa. Teka lang.
bigay nyo
Ano?
na sa Ateneo. Diyos ko naman. 2-0 na sila sa group natin. So may konting practice sila magkakasama. Blue Eagle
Pero-
Gym pa. Diba?
Pero
nanalo pa rin
alam mo
tayo.
naman-
Ano yung kinukuda natin? Ano yung kasama ng loob natin?
If,
Nanalo
if
tayo.
I may comment on Ateneo's performance, hindi naman nalalayo yung performance nila niyan sa nangyari last UAAP season eh. They seem to be on a roll until they meet UP. Diba?
Okay. Right. Okay,
Oops.
tigi-tigisa. Bawal maulit. Sino ang tingin nyo that will have his breakout season for 89? Bawal maulit starting with you, Mark.
Nako, controversial. Hindi pa siya pinasok eh. Actually, hindi pa siya ina-announce eh. Saka na lang. Charot! lang. Sa 89. Pero if
So,
this
yun.
is going to be the season, I think Jacob Baila, if in any case, for
Okay.
those that we know, Jacob Baila.
Robbie, ikaw.
Ako, I was really hoping na some player lang ba? Kakapasok lang niya eh. Si Sean Franco. Pero, kasi pinasok lang siya, tres agad, no? I was
Oo
hoping
nga.
pag more minutes, ganun din. And ito, kasi malapit
Nakarami
talaga
naman
sa akin.
si
I was really hoping na na magka-breakout si Spidey Dicachi
Dicachi.
kapag nabigyan siya ng playing time, I'm sure he will break out as a very good defender and as a very good scorer in the paint. Magaling, 'di ba? Ang lapit-lapit natin, kitang-kita yung yung difference that he makes whenever he's
Yeah.
he's in the court.
Ikaw, Jamo.
Si Gani. Gani ako, Gani. Lakas eh.
Alright. And Miles?
Okay, I'll think out of the box. I'll go for Choi Palanca kasi Choi Palanca has really high upside. Ang dami pang hindi na explore dyan. Outside shooting niya, poste sa ilalim, can defend.
Actually, una ko sabihin dapat si Choi eh.
Di ba? Yun.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
think he's bound for a bigger role soon.
Yeah.
Yan ang hopes and prayers and predictions ng ating mga kasamahan.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, the fun never stops. Sabi nga nila this week, 'di ba? Ihi lang. And hopefully agads lang ang pahinga ng men's basketball team. Tuloy-tuloy ang laro natin as the UP men's basketball team also joins another off-season tournament, the Philippine University Basketball League. That started this morning.
May ganun
Sinulat
pala.
tayo ng kape. Hello, good
The
morning.
Poobah.
Let's start na. Ito na. May live streaming na. Earlier, they went ahead and
May
competed
ganun
against
pala.
the CSB Blazers. Nakalaban din natin sila sa Asia Basket from this Sunday. So unfortunately, we didn't win that game. Pero kasi nga, Diyos ko naman, anong oras yon? 8:00 ng umaga. And we didn't have the full roster of the game. It's still very, very competitive. We still try to win it. But I think I think kinuha na lang tayo ng kape, no? So tomorrow as well, at 9 a.m., they will be playing in the PUP gym as well against, hindi ko na makita tong team na to. Napakaliit ng font. Ano to? This is Polytechnic University of the Philippines. PUP mismo kalaban natin sa PUP.
Home
So,
court
home court
naman.
advantage. And then we'll be
Wow.
playing against the Altas and then also Philippine Normal University as well on the 27th and then on the 29th. So basically may game tayo sa PUBL this week. Ang pahinga lang natin ay
Anong araw yun, Mark? Anong mga araw, sorry?
yesterday, tomorrow, and then Wednesday. So
Yesterday?
Thursday and
Today.
today pala. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So, basically, Thursday and Friday lang ang pahinga natin dahil on Saturday and Sunday, balik tayo sa Asia Basket. No? Sa Asia Basket naman specifically, we are going to be playing in VTC. na ang kalaban naman natin ay ang LPU Pirates, and then on Sunday, again, the CSB Blazers. Part 2, but I think with a bigger and stronger roster. So tingnan natin kung sino lalaro sa Saturday and then sino ang
Ito
lalaro
namang
sa Sunday.
Ito namang
This-
preseason na to, sinagad na ang pagka-campus tour.
Oh,
Nakarating
I
na
know.
tayo ng PUP.
Imagine, may laro tayo doon sa ang pahinga lang natin.
Thursday,
may laro
Friday.
Thursday, Friday, may laro tayong 26, then may laro ulit tayo, balik tayo PUBL sa 27 and then 29. So dire-diretso. Sana mag-agads, no? And then also, another news that we had breaking earlier this week is we had now also the services of Joaquin Tovera, who has committed on the University of the Philippines, bring his backcourt talents to Diliman. He's a 5'10" guard from Shiloh Hills. He's a high school senior who graduated siya this year. An impressive
5
LPTC
years.
finals. 5 years
Yeah.
with us.
High school.
Basically when he joins, no? He has an impressive 2026 NBTC National Finals with 27.7 points per game. Like I mentioned, 5 years of eligibility in the UAAP, but he'll be sitting out season 88 and will be starting season 89. Magsasabi pa sana tayo ng isa pang player ng recruitment. Nakahanda na rin
89 na yung
skill ko
papasok ko.
Wala na siyang sit out.
Magsisit out siya ng 88. So basically hindi
Tapos
siya
na yung
maglalaro.
88, Mark.
Ay, sorry. So 90. Okay, yes.
Ah,
so
okay.
sit out siya ng decision sa 90 na lang siya maglalaro. So nakahanda na rin yung spiel ko para sa isa pang player, pero hindi ko pa siya pwedeng sabihin. So
Pero nakita
saka
natin,
na lang.
Nakita na
nakasabay
natin eh.
lumabas ng
Saka na
dugout.
lang.
Kasabay
Pag-official
lumabas
na.
ng dugout.
Yung magaling
nakaupo sa
soft
likod
lunch.
ng team.
Soft launch, no? An edging ang ginagawa sa atin, no? Dire-diretso ng no? So mainit-init
Pero
ang ating preseason.
Exciting time. Sabi ko kay Robby, may laro tayo ng Saturday, Sunday. Mag-book na kaya tayo ng room sa UH. Para wala nang uwi.
Ayun, sarap. May pa-breakfast sa UH. Breakfast buffet.
Para after the first game, inom muna sa UH.
Buffet ka.
Diba?
Oo.
Record tayo doon. Tapos, cover ulit the next day, Sunday.
CSB Blazers, LPU Pirates, at saka CSB Blazers. Pwede. Alas 4 and alas 5 ng hapon. Diyos ko, nakakaawa naman yung mga di ba? Either alas 9 ng umaga, alas 8 ng umaga, or hapon talaga yung laro no? Diyos ko naman itong schedule na to ng PUBL, di ba? Anong oras ito? So, anong oras sila nagigising para pumunta ng PUP? Di ba? Alas 6? Para pumunta doon?
Yeah.
Oo. Well, sinasabi ko nga, si Choi Palangka mukhang hindi pagising pag naglalaro minsan kasi parang sleepy yung eyes. Paano pa kaya pag alas 6 sila nagigising ng umaga? Ang tsura ni Choi. So,
Hoy, masipag yung si
hayaan
Bagets.
natin
Huwag mo Mark.
Oo. Sobrang bait kaya ni Bagets. Sobrang bait kaya. Masipag din. Oo. So yan, no? So parami ang ating mga players sa UP men's basketball team. And dire-diretso na ang ating mga off-season tournament as we join as well PUBL, Asia Basket. Hindi ko alam kung may Pinoy Liga pa, pero I'm sure merong Phil Oil. And then later on, we will be flying, I think, to Canada to actually play some pocket games there as well. So marami
Sir
na
Benny,
preparation.
pakigalawang baso.
We'll get to know a little bit more about that. Any additional thoughts, guys? Late item announcement. Wala pa lineup ng 3x3? Wala pa? Wala pang
Meron
official?
Meron na.
Meron
Sino
ba?
na?
Migs.
LA.
LA?
Migs. Nakalimutan ko.
Alicia.
Galotera.
Pau Galotera. Yes.
Pero Mark, alam mo kung sino ang magko-coach ng
Polo
3-on-3.
Daba.
What? Oo, alam ko. Ang hindi naman importante kung alam ko sino, kung alam ko siya. Ang importante, alam niya ako. Joke lang, okay.
Lande.
Kaya
JJ.
natin isara ang ating episode of the Uptakes Podcast. Again, maraming salamat sa mga tumuloy na sumusubaybay sa atin, even if it's off-season. Tapos na ang Season 88 volleyball tournament. So, dire-diretso na tayo in supporting the other sports that we still have for this particular season, specifically men's basketball 3x3, and then we'll continue supporting as well the off-season games of the UP men's basketball team. Again, this is Mark. We have Jello, Jamo, Rovi, and Miles. Again, like and subscribe our podcast. And as always, UP Fight, guys. UP Fight.
UP
It's
Fight.
a VTC. Asia Basket VTC. See you this weekend.
Yeah!